Radiography, the heartbeat of modern diagnostics, is often described as the silent engine driving today's medical breakthroughs. To advance this vital practice, experts from every corner of the country have converged in Lagos for the 57th Scientific Conference of the Association of Radiographers of Nigeria. For the keynote speaker, one challenge towers above many: the sky-high cost of importing radiography equipment, a burden he says directly affects the quality of care patients receive.
For instance, an MRI machine, 1.5% MRI machine, is about $1.2 million. And you pay 7.5% on that. And then you bring it to Naira and Kobo. You're looking at billions of Naira, and patients are expected to pay 70,000 to 80,000 per million MRI scan. It probably takes about 50 years for you to have a return on your investment.
Professor Arondo also draws attention to a second dilemma: the tides of migration and reverse migration, both of which continue to reshape the profession's workforce.
For people to be comfortable working with you, they should not miss too much what they can get elsewhere. So to do that means you have to have capacity building. First, building capacity within the system.
While the exodus of trained personnel has thinned the radiographer-to-patient ratio nationwide, the Lagos State government insists it is ramping up efforts to improve welfare and retain skilled practitioners.
I commit as your governor to standing with the radiography profession, championing better working conditions and supporting initiatives that will elevate medical imaging services to world-class standards.
Two long-standing supporters of the association believe even more can be done. They call for sustained government backing and hint that a state-of-the-art radiography facility may soon rise in Lagos.
We will, by the grace of God, set up a center, a radiography center in Lagos, where we will put new equipment, where we will run internships, where we will run research, and when we have this sort of events, we will have our own convention center, so that we can do good things and compete globally with such associations as they are abroad.
And I'm using this opportunity to call on the federal government of Nigeria and other governments and the private sector to invest in this aspect of medicine. They are absolutely important so that we can have better healthcare system and people cured of their diseases and get well for the betterment of our society.
A major highlight of the day is the formal induction of three prominent figures: Lagos State Governor and billionaire businessman Sir Oluokeowo as patrons, and former Minister of Foreign Affairs General Ikenwachukwu as the Grand Patron of the association.